So this video is for Monday, April 13th. Our warm-up, we're going to go 2 times through 4 movements. The rep count is 30, 20, 10, 5. So 30 in-place bear crawls from the side in a condensed plank. Hovering your knees, opposite hand, steps forward with opposite toe. Each is going to count as 1 rep. So 15 on each side, 20 air squats, and then we're going to go 10 each side. Hamstring pulls. Make sure your shoulder blades are up, back is hollow. One leg is going to hover while you're pulling one leg in. So core engaged, stretching out through your hamstrings for 10. And then finishing up with 5 TYIs. Bent over, flat back, tight core, belly button into your side, thumbs pointing up into a T, Y, and then I. So that's going to be 1 rep. You're going to roll through that 5 times each. Alright, so we've got 2 strength workouts today. Both of them are complexes. I'm using kettlebells for mine. You can scale to barbells if you have a barbell at home, or dumbbells as you need. The first one is going to be 10 hang cleans. I'm just going to do kettlebell cleans, but if you're using barbells or dumbbells, you're going to start in the hang position and then coming up into the power position. So hang power cleans, standing up. And then we're going to go 5 presses. That's going to depend on the weight you're using. So if you have a lighter weight, like I do, I've got 20 pounds on both, so I'm going to do strict presses. If you've got heavier weight, you can do a push press for 5, and then 10 squats in the front rack position. So starting out with 10 cleans, racking the weights up by your collarbone, full extension through your hips, into 10 for me strict press, no movement from the knees, hips, driving the head through. So if you're doing a strict press, we're going to be locked out through our core, but still finishing with the hips engaged. If you're doing a push press, dip and drive. And then we'll finish out with 10 front squats. So you'll go through that complex 4 times. Try not to drop whatever weights you're using in between each. So our second strength complex. Again, I'm using kettlebells. You can scale to what you need. I'm going to start with RDLs and then 5 snatches, finishing with 10 alternating drop lunges. For our RDLs, feet are going to start hip width, slight bend in your knees, but that doesn't change as you're going through the movement. Hips shoot back, flat back, squeezing through your glutes and your hamstrings, coming back up. For 10 reps, then we're going to go on to 10 snatches. Finishing arms right over your shoulders, fully locked out. Coming back to that front rack position, going into 10 alternating drop lunges. If you only have kettlebells and you're not comfortable doing a kettlebell snatch, you can scale that back to the cleans again. Or if you have dumbbells and you've only done single arm alternating snatches, you can double the rep count and just use 1 dumbbell for those. So that's going to be 10 RDLs, 5 snatches, and then 10 alternating drop lunges. So our conditioning segment today, 30-minute EMOM. You've got 20 reps of everything. So we're going to start off with alternating weighted step-ups. I'm using a chair. It's honestly a little sketchy. I wouldn't recommend this route, but try to stack, like, if you've got steps at home, you can use that. You can stack textbooks. If you've got Yeti coolers, anything like that, that's sturdy that you can step on. I don't have anything for the purposes of this. We're going to use a sketchy chair. Alternating legs at the top, always driving through your heel. Make sure your knee is staying driven out to this side so you're engaging through your glute med. So 20 alternating step-ups. And then we're going to go on to 20. Forget what the rest of my workout is. Then we're going to go on to 20 thrusters for the second minute. Weight up in the front rack position. Full squat into an overhead press. Make sure it's a dynamic movement, so using the momentum from the squat to come up. Then we're going to go into 30 full atomics. 20 full atomics. Rep count for all of this is 20. Hands and feet coming up at the same time. Balancing on your tailbone. Coming up with a proud chest, so open up through your chest. Try not to round your shoulders out. And then we're going to finish out with 20 burpees. And the last minute will be 20 deadlifts. So I'm doing suitcase deadlifts. Butt down, flat back, squeezing through your glutes and your hamstrings. For a suitcase deadlift, you're going to feel your quads as well, but try to cue by activating through your hamstrings, through your glutes, so you're still using most of your posterior chain for this movement. If you've got a barbell, you can just do normal deadlifts. And if you only have dumbbells and you can't get all the way down because of ankle mobility, if you're not able to keep your heels down, you can stack the kettlebells up or the dumbbells on books or anything. So you're starting a little higher and having that flat back with engagement through your heels on the way down. So 20 reps for all the movements, but again, for an EMOM, you're trying to get like 45 seconds of work. So scale those reps up or down as you need.